Let's start recording.
Okay.
Hello, I am here with my friend Cheryl, and we're going to start recording video with Screencastify. So this is what we're going to do. Cheryl, I'm going to have you go to the Screencastify extension link to the Google Web Store. And for the rest of you who don't have this link, you are going to go to just Google Screencastify and then click on the Google Web Store. And it looks like this. And something that I was pointing out to Cheryl is the number of reviews. And Cheryl, would you mind, I'm going to mute your mic. Is that okay?
Yes.
Okay. But unmute it if you need to say something. Shout out. All right, I muted Cheryl. And notice how there's 10,000 reviews. There's 500 million users. So that means it's probably going to work well. It works with Google Drive. It runs offline. So Cheryl's going to click Add to Chrome, that blue button there on the right. And then she's going to, yes, add the extension. And it's going to take some time, and look at the top of her web browser. Notice how at the top right, the Screencastify icon has been added. So she's going to click on that icon, and she may have to click again in order to activate it. It's going to open a new tab. And this is where Cheryl is going to set this up. So she's going to click Sign in with Google, and she's going to use her Google Apps for Education domain for her district. So it's the same thing that she uses for her Google Classroom. She's going to sign in with Google. And the first time you do this, you'll go through this process for this device, only one time. And then she'll select her name. Once this is set up and it's synced to your Chrome browser, and yes, we're going to allow Screencastify to add videos to a folder to our drive. So there's going to be a Screencastify folder in our drive now, and that's where all of the videos are going to go. Now, the next step is we need to set permissions. So yes, we want the camera and microphone and the drawing annotation tool. So those are checked. So we're going to click next. And then should we allow or deny it? We want to allow it. I always ask that of students. And then Screencastify wants to use our microphone and camera. Yes, we want to allow this. Now, after we're done with that step, we're going to select, if you were a teacher, you're going to select Educator, that little button in the middle bottom there. And then whatever level of education you're teaching at. And then the last step has a quick welcome video or kind of the next steps on how to do this. But let's go ahead and jump in and create our first video. So X out of this tab, if you wouldn't mind, Cheryl. And we're going to open a new tab. And we're going to practice recording a video. And I'm going to unmute Cheryl. So go ahead and click on the Screencastify icon extension there at the top. There we go. You're doing great, Cheryl.
Okay.
Then after that, this is kind of the panel that you're going to see. So notice how it says browser tab. If you were just using one tab to share, you would use that. If you wanted people to see your entire desktop, then you could select that. But if you only want your webcam, because you're going to show physical things and you don't want them to see your computer screen, you would say webcam only. Now notice how the microphone is checked. That's good. But we're also going to enable the webcam. And that's going to put a little picture of yourself in the corner. Now click select next to that, next to embed webcam, and you get to choose which corner you want your little picture to be in. Oh, and it looks like there's only one option. Okay, we'll choose front camera.
Okay.
And then click show more options.
Show more options.
And you get to choose how many seconds you want the countdown to be, if you want drawing tools, other things like that. But for now, let's just jump in and click record to see what this looks like. And notice at the top how it says there's a 5-minute limit per video. You can upgrade to unlimited recording and editing, but 5 minutes, that's a good time. So we're going to click record and try this out. Now, this is where it's the trickiest part of all. It says share your screen, but then notice how the share button is grayed out.
Where?
So we have this little window that popped up. and it says share your screen, and then there's a picture of your screen in that entire screen window, and then there's a gray share button, but we can't click on it. The reason why is because we have to select that image of your screen in the middle there. Yep. Not that one, the one in the very middle of your screen, right below your entire screen. There we go. Now that that's selected, now you can share. So let's try it. Let's just click share. 3-second countdown. And now we are live recording. So say something to the camera, Cheryl.
Hi, Hans. I just see my face and like my Google desktop, but I'm just only so the only part that's recording is
your face and this page. Now go back to our notes.
Okay.
Click on our notes tab. And now your audience is going to see whatever is on this tab. Now this is going to go extra slow because you're running to video recording, tools, which is fine. So let's say you're done giving your lessons, you've shown your Google Slides, or you've given instructions on Google Classroom or whatever you're doing with your video. When you're done with your video, you're going to look for a stop button. Notice in the bottom right corner or the bottom left corner, you have these tools right here. Let's play with one of these. Click on one of those tools. Let's try highlight clicks, or yeah, click on one of those guys. So if you click on that one, anytime you click on the notes, in any spot on the notes.
Okay.
So right now you can't see anything, but in the video, they're gonna see a little bloop to kind of show where you've clicked.
Oh, okay. It just shows the cursor here blinking where I click.
Right. Now, if you wanted to pause your video, click that little pause button in the bottom left corner there. So now we've paused your video.
Okay.
And if we wanted to resume your recording, we could click on that play button and that would resume. So go ahead and click the play button, and now we're back on the video. Okay. But now we're going to press the X because that's going to close or stop our recording. So let's do that. Oh no, that's hide toolbar.
How do I get it back?
Now, if you ever lose your toolbar, no, it's not that one. If you ever lose your toolbar, you're going to go to the top right corner where your Screencastify extension icon is. Click on that guy. And it's going to take a little while because we're running two video programs. And where can we see the toolbar? Oh, it looks like if you X out of it, you don't get it back. Unless there's something I'm missing. But let's go ahead and click the stop button and stop this recording. So we had now, oh, interesting.
It's loading something, my video details.
Yes, and it looks like it kicked us out of here. I'm going to pause in. All right, so after you finish recording your video, a new tab pops up and your video is ready to go. And this says, welcome to the videotape. Quickly polish your recordings and share them with an audience on your new and improved video page. We're going to skip that tour. So go ahead and click the skip tour. Maybe I shouldn't, but now notice how you have a picture of your screen and at the bottom you have a play button.
Yeah.
Go ahead and click that play button at the bottom. And now we are live recording. So say something to the camera, Cheryl.
Hi.
All right, now pause it.
I just see my face and like my Google desktop.
Okay, Cheryl. Now, if you can hear me, pause the video. There you go. Okay. Now, notice how there's these little scissors on the right and on the left. That means you can trim your video. You can trim off the beginning or trim off the ends.
Okay.
And then do you see that long line that's partly orange and partly gray, kind of your video scrubber? Drag that circle all the way over to the right side. So click and drag it, move it all the way over to the right, because I want to see if we can see that effect that I was showing you, or even go back kind of towards the 2nd minute mark, because I want to, drag it to the left. I want to see your click on my notes. So drag it back until you see your hand on the notes. A little back a little further. Even further, keep going. Because I wanna see if it shows that effect that we turned on.
I still only see myself in the picture. Is there a spot where it's changed from me to like desktop?
You know
You know
what?
what I mean?
You're breaking up a little bit, Cheryl. Could you say that again?
Is in my little video, do you think by the time we did that we were already over 3 minutes?
No, if you
No.
well, the total is 5 minutes.
Oh, the
So,
total 5. Oh yeah.
and right now your little oh, it's called a video playhead. That's what it's called. Your playhead is on like 1 minute 58 seconds. So you can drag it anywhere and see the total amount of time that we spent.
But with my video, do I need to push play then to see where it changes from my face? Because you know how sometimes you can do that like on your TV and you can actually see like the picture changing?
So when you're recording your video, if you
Yeah.
wanted to switch to where it just shows your face,
Or
do you see your little image in the bottom right corner there on your video?
Yeah, that's my video.
You can actually move that image anywhere on your screen. You can also expand that image by dragging the corner and making it bigger.
Right. Okay.
So
Okay.
you can, but you can only do that while you're recording your video. So you'd have to make it bigger or make it smaller or move it while you're recording. Now, Cheryl, we're going to pretend like this is an amazing lesson you've created for your students, even though it's trash. This video, we would, at the very top, we would normally put it in the trash, but I want to show you how to do this. So click on Untitled March 31st, 2020. So this is at the top left in your,
right here. Okay.
And let's name this. I kind of like having the date there. So just erase Untitled and let's name it something else. Exactly. And let's name this first Screencastify or first video or something like that. First video test or whatever you want to call it.
Okay, that's cool. Do I know how to spell video? Maybe.
Oh, you gotta see my spelling on Twitter, Cheryl. It is atrocious. And I only see it after I post it. And you can't
and
edit that.
they say that the research shows that people who don't spell well are very intelligent.
Well, I am a genius then because I cannot get it together. All right, so press enter after you've named your video. And then over on the right side, you have some options. Notice how automatically it's been shared to your Google Drive. So click copy shareable link, that big blue button. So you have now enabled sharing, which is fantastic. And you've also copied the link. So you could paste that into an email, you could paste that into a Google Classroom assignment, you could paste that on Parent Square or whatever communication you have with your parents. But try clicking on Share to Classroom. We can share directly to your Google Classroom so you don't have to have those in-between steps. And the way it works...
Are you recording my voice right now?
I am.
Can you pause our video for 1 second?
All right, so now you're going to click Choose Your Classroom on this window that popped up on the left there. And then you'll select your, whatever class you want this to go to. And then select an action. And we would probably post this either as an assignment or as a question or whatever. But for now, since this isn't a real thing, we are not going to choose any of these. I just wanted to make sure you knew how to find that. So you can, so this little window behind your green ID button, you may have to pull this window down a little bit. Yeah, there you go. If you click right there, that should, maybe, there you go. Now, on the right side, we can share it to Google Classroom, we can publish it to YouTube, or we can download the video, or we can export it as an MP4, or we can export audio only. So if you were to read aloud a book to a student or read aloud instructions, you could insert that audio into a Google Slides if you wanted to.
Oh. So in that packet, where there is the things for them to read, I could actually read it and it would just show the actual, so I could open that one passage and I could read it to them and it would show the passage and just hear my voice.
So with video and audio, yes.
Oh.
But there's some teachers who would want to export the audio so that they could put it into a Google Slides or whatever. But I like your idea. I like your idea of pulling up a digital resource that the students have access to
Right.
and reading those instructions.
Okay.
That's a great idea.
Okay.
All right, so we've just created our first video. Now the last thing I want to show you is something that's very important. So click on the, add a new tab and go to your drive. Yeah, we can click on that one. And let's go to your Google Drive.
I'm surprised I had that open.
Now, on the left side of your screen, I want you to click on the little triangle next to My Drive. So go down next to where it says My Drive on the left there. Even further down. So, yep, and then, but look at the little tiny triangle on the far left. Click on that, and that's going to show you all of the folders that you have in your drive. So it'll take some time since we're running this, but now you're going to see, oh, where are we going to see this? It should, oh, I see oh, there it is, Screencastify. So click on Screencastify to see what's inside of there.
Can you maybe teach me how to put the color on the folder eventually?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So look it, there's your video whenever you want to see it again. So every Screencastify video you make, it's going to go to this folder on your drive, so you can always find it. Now, there's one more thing that I recommend for all teachers to do, Cheryl, and I'm going to show you how to do that right now.
Okay.
I want you to right-click on your Screencastify folder, not the video, but the folder. And the way you do it on a Chromebook is you're going to take 2 fingers. Yep, you got it. Tap on that trackpad. Now click on the share button on this menu. We're going to click share. And then you're going to have this new window open. And I want you to click advanced.
What do you want me to do?
So in the bottom right corner of this little, yep, you got it. And then click advanced. Now, what does it say about who has access?
It says I only see my name, and I see private, only you can access, and then I could do a change. Or I can invite people.
So automatically, when you create something in your drive, it's set to private. That means even if you shared that link to that video with Google Classroom or with your parents, they wouldn't be able to view it because this is private.
Oh.
So we got to change this, right? Because we're creating these videos for your students and your parents to see. So let's change that right now.
And Hans, will this stay, or do I have to change it every time I make a video?
Since you're changing the folder where all of these videos are going, this is going to change it for all of the videos that go into there in the future. So this is like a one and done decision that you're making. So click on next to anyone with the link, because we're going to be sharing that link. We don't necessarily want these public on the web, right? So
I don't want people to be able to take my video and like reshare it. Could they?
Right.
I mean,
well, I can show you how to fix that. But for now, click on anyone with the link, that little bubble next to that. There you go.
Yeah.
So anyone who has this link can access, no sign-in required. So they don't have to be a part of the Panama Buena Vista School District to view this if you've shared their link. So that means all of your parents will be able to do this. Now at the bottom where it says access, you can change it from can view only or can edit or can comment. But for videos, we only want them to view. So let's save this setting.
Okay.
Now look at the bottom where it says prevent editors from changing access and adding new people. if this was an editable document, you could check mark that and there's another option, but since this is how we want it, we'll just, I mean, right now you don't have any other editors. There's no other people that have permission to edit this folder. So you
Yeah.
could check mark it or you could leave it unchecked marked and it wouldn't matter. But let's click Save Changes. So this is saved for all future Screencastify videos. And now we're done. That's it.
Wow.
Awesome. Great job, Cheryl.
Oh, thank you. I hope I didn't interrupt with the, like, stupid questions that I shouldn't have asked in between.
You know, Cheryl, in this new world of distance learning, there is no stupid questions because
Okay.
this is a place where we are all beginners. There is
Thanks.
no expert on global digital learning.
Okay. So back in our notes page, are you gonna just share that video with me so like I can
Absolutely.
watch it if I have to, or
Yeah.
because you're not gonna type up all that.